Okay. I'm officially live. I'm gonna ensure that y'all are able to hear me. Alright, y'all are able to hear me, chat? I'm gonna ensure that y'all are able to hear me, because I'm currently on my live stream, just to ensure. Alright. Yo, what's good, chat? How y'all feeling today? I'm feeling blessed. Back with more of me, playing GT5 Online with my homie Angel, just overall, typically with my homie Angel. And like I mentioned, chat, like I specifically mentioned my recent live stream, and especially what I'm specifically mentioned was in the live stream as well, the one I'm currently live streaming. How, y'all are able to hear me? I mean, obviously you would. Y'all are able to hear me, chat? Okay. But like I specifically mentioned, chat, I go with the flow of what I specifically mentioned to my homie Angel just overall, meaning like anybody specifically. AZ doesn't necessarily matter. Like, what I would specifically mention to my homie Angel is quite different to what I would specifically mention to you all, you know. But overall, chat, like I specifically mentioned in my recent live stream, especially what I'm gonna specifically mention was in this live stream as well, like I'm currently streaming. Like, you know, in terms of the motherfucking bitch-ass current laws, yeah, you know, in terms of the motherfucking bitch-ass current laws, like, despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, like, regardless of our chronological age and regardless of our mental maturity, especially the chronological ages I specifically mentioned was in this recent live stream, and what I'm specifically mentioned was in this live stream as well, like the one I'm currently live streaming, like the perfect ages I specifically mentioned, like with my like the oh my gosh, the perfect ages I specifically mentioned, that I specifically mentioned was in my recent live stream, especially what I'm specifically mentioned was in this live stream as well. Like the perfect ages I'm gonna choose overall, when I make plenty of changes on exactly year 2027, plenty of changes on exactly year 2029, and plenty of changes on exactly year 2035. This is when I'm like president, you know, and I would officially be in office at exactly 21 or 22 years old. Hope being 22 years old, it doesn't necessarily matter. For WWE though, hopefully 21 next year, you know. Hopefully. If not, then I'm possibly gonna get plenty of training, and it wouldn't necessarily matter whether it's 21 or 22, but because Randy Orton was 22, and I want to like beat that record. Or I could beat the champion record, and you never know. But I'm hoping it's 2026 next year. I'm hoping I train, get into the Royal Rumble, or Elimination Chamber actually, whenever the Elimination Chamber occurs. Actually, the Elimination Chamber, beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, hoping to consider having a rivalry with him. And, you know. But overall, yeah, and I specifically mentioned, like, yeah, like the perfect ages I'm gonna choose overall, like, what's perfect for society, you know? Like, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, you know? And I specifically mentioned, on my recent live stream, and what I'm gonna specifically mention was in this live stream as well. I specifically mentioned that on exactly the year 2035, while I'm president, at exactly 30 years old, while I'm president, you know? And while my homie is vice president at exactly 32 years old, or could be my second president, you never know. Who knows? But, yeah, I specifically mentioned that on exactly the year 2035, I specifically mentioned that I'm gonna remove all age requirement laws on exactly the year 2035 and ensuring it's permanently illegal / sinful to enforce any age requirement laws overall. Yeah, it's ensuring it's permanently illegal / sinful to enforce any age requirement laws overall. And how I'm gonna choose perfect ages overall, like what's perfect for society, you know. Like I specifically mentioned on my recent live stream, and what I'm gonna specifically mention what's in this live stream as well. Just like how I specifically mentioned, I'm gonna remove all age requirement laws on exactly leader 2035. I specifically mentioned like all the details with some of my recent live stream, you know, especially this live stream that I'm currently live streaming at the very moment. And overall, and overall, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, you know. But anyway, chat, without further ado, let's get straight to the shit.
My friend, there is someone who wants to meet you, and, believe me, you want to meet him.
Fuck you, Martin Madrazo. Yo, what's good? You were you able to get my invite? Anyway. But just FYI, I'm gonna possibly have Starbucks later today for whenever my mom considers heading home. I'm hoping because I definitely need Starbucks. But yeah, what my homie mentioned to me, Jack, so for presidency, he doesn't necessarily care if we have the youngest president, especially when it's potentially 7+, which obviously, because president, nowadays to be a leader, it involves mentality. Back then, in the ancient era, it involved mentality and, like, you have to have physical strength. Like King Tut, he had to start at, like, 9 years old or something, because puberty was early back then. Like, meaning, like, it was not necessarily rare back then. Nowadays, it's quite rare, you know? I mean, my sister hit puberty at 9 years old, Valentina, but, like, I hit mine at 10. But the growth spurt, though, like, she hit hers simultaneously, puberty and growth spurt. I started puberty at 10, but my growth spurt was like either 11 or 12. So, I would say mine was, like, 12. So, like, you know. Excuse me, chat. But yeah, y'all know what I specifically mentioned yesterday about that incident that occurred on Friday. That was not pretty. By the way, yeah, I'm not gonna necessarily mention much about it, you know. And how I specifically mentioned about my grandpa, like how I specifically mentioned on my last live stream, like how, and obviously you just keep private what I specifically mentioned. Like, you shouldn't check their phone and say, oh, delete this, delete that. Like, who cares? I can upgrade to iCloud, and all my photos and videos will remain. So, would I be able to get it back even though it's permanently deleted? I possibly could, you know. Like, I possibly could when I'm a CEO of Apple. Because, like, for TikTok, my account got banned, and I feel like I haven't been recording as much. I haven't been doing certain dances as much, or whatever. So, I'm hoping to get that back. I'm hoping to get my old Fortnite account back. Hoping to get all my friends back on Epic Game, like my Epic Game friends. I'm hoping to be the leader of Epic Game, because I feel like once I own Epic Games, and whoever messed up with my shit, they could change the skin or whatever, but I would know exactly what skin I wore and who my friends wore. And even if they're unfriended, I'll figure out what the username was, and if they're like, who are you? There's a way where you can text and be like, hey, it's me. Remember we used to play together? And I have to figure out a way to ensure that they know who I am, you know. Sometimes people can't recognize who I am, but compared to me, I know exactly who they are. Even if they change their user, I can recognize the voice. I feel like changing your user, though, would make it seem like, wow, like, I would make it where, like, once they change their user, it would show their old user and you'd be like, I know who you are, you can't hide from me. That's that type of shit, you know. But yeah, he doesn't necessarily mind if we have a, because I mentioned to him, for now, in our 20s, we can have younger president, but as time goes on, it's going to potentially be 7+. Like, once I remove all age requirement laws on exactly either 2035, and you know all the details. And overall, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, in terms of that, you know all the details, you know. Yo, what's good, my boy? Now, what's fucking good, bro? Wish you could constantly watch my live stream, bro. Why you constantly be busy, bro? I mean, you have your right to be busy, but oh damn, my mic statics. I'm pretty sure it's not my mic itself. It's more of like my controller. Because when I use my other headset that constantly statics, at my dad's place when I connect it to the PS5, I feel like it's static. So the one I'm currently using, where I mentioned where I mentioned it's not getting static. It doesn't static as much when I connect it to my PS4 controller at my mom's place. But when I connect it to my PS5 controller at my dad's place, neither of them like static. So that's why I use my other mic that typically static at my mom's place, but it doesn't necessarily static at my dad's place. And I'm possibly going to consider playing Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I love that game. I love Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank was my fave since I was like 6 years old. And I'm pretty sure I played it. I mean, hey, I was 6. My kids are going to play when they're 7 because the fictional weapons, and it can remind them of actual weapons, you know. So I would say when they're 7 plus, meaning exactly 7 years old, like specifically that age and beyond that, like exactly that age for both boys/men's and girls/women's, you know. And that's explained to RJ what the word man and the word woman mean. It means that you have full mental maturity as a boy. That's what a man means, like 7 plus, full mental maturity 7 plus. And for a girl, woman means that like you have full mental maturity 7 plus. So that's what the word woman means. But they would refer to you as young man or young woman, meaning like you're physically young, you know. It has nothing to do with what your mental maturity is. Because overall, you have full mental maturity 7 plus, and you know 18 plus as a myth, obviously, and your brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, and 25 plus is a myth as well. So. You know. But overall, yeah, full mental maturity 7 plus, and your brain is fully formed, fully developed after birth, you know. So like, I have to explain to what man and woman means to RJ. But when they say young man, like I'm a young man, and that's simply because I'm physically young. And a young woman means that a girl/woman is physically young. It could be like 7 plus, like specifically that age of 7 years old, like exactly that age and beyond that, you know. But yeah, apparently I was doing research on like space, and I'll get to that in quite a bit. I'm gonna mention to my homie Angel as well, and mention to him like whether he wants to be an astronaut or not, you know. But yeah, and then Jack, yeah, he doesn't necessarily mind if we have younger presidents, like whether boys/men's and girls/women's, but 7 plus, you know. It'll be cool, and I would feel like we can have multiple presidents. Like I could be president like 8 to 7 terms, like 7 to 8 terms. Whereas the second one can choose how much their term could be, and it will go according to the Constitution, you know? Like, whatever I debate on, and whatever we all have debate on, you know? And he doesn't necessarily mind if, like, I change certain age requirement laws. Like, how I'm going to make certain changes on exactly year 2027. Like, where I would lower it to prove that people are mentally mature overall, whether younger, close to my age, or older. And when I mean by younger, I mean, like, those who are temporally, physically a kid/child within their mortal body, and temporally, physically, an adolescent within their mortal body. Meaning, like, if you're preteen, 10 to 12 years old, teenagers, 13 to 19 years old, prime adolescent, 20 to 29 years old, and middle age, which have nothing to do with you aging. It means how long you've lived for. So meaning, like, 30 to 39 years old. Or, excuse me, 30 to 49 years old, actually. And then, like, senior adolescent is 50 to 99 years old. And then, like, elder is 100 to, like, 1,000-something years old. Whether you... Like, how long, like, if you live for thousands of years, you know, through God Almighty Jesus Christ, like, until He returns, you know. But, yeah, overall, he doesn't necessarily mind if I remove all age requirement laws on exactly year 2035. I mean, I never mentioned that to him, but I'm sure he wouldn't necessarily mind. Meaning, like, he doesn't necessarily mind if I make age changes. Meaning, overall, if I remove all age requirement laws on exactly year 2035, you know. Like, despite the age requirement laws being temporary. But that's what I mean by younger, close to my age, and older, you know. Oh yeah, when I mean by temporally, physically, a kid/child within a mortal body, it can mean like 1 to 9 years old, because that's how you start off as. But fully, a kid is 5 to 9 years old if you're temporally, physically, a kid/child within a mortal body. Or full mental maturity 7 plus, 7 to 9 years old, you know. I mean, like, you reach full mental maturity 7 plus, because potentially you will start puberty physically, you know. So yeah, full mental maturity 7 plus, and your brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, you know. But yeah, he doesn't necessarily mind that if I make age changes overall, like despite the age requirement laws being temporally. And I'm sure he wouldn't necessarily mind if I remove all age requirement laws on exactly 2035, you know, and how it's going to remain permanent, meaning like from 2035 and beyond that, it's going to be permanent for like thousands of years until God Almighty Jesus Christ returns, you know. Because even God Almighty Jesus Christ himself preached at exactly 7 years old. So overall, like specifically that age and like exactly that age and beyond that, he started preaching until like his middle age, meaning he didn't age, but like how long he lived for prior to his first coming, and that's when he was hung up on the cross. Very sad moment. But overall, like I specifically mentioned, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporarily, yeah, full mental maturity 7 plus, and the brain is fully formed, fully developed after birth, you know. But yeah, and another thing he mentioned, what's that? Yo, it's good. Yeah, sure thing. Huh? I'm pretty sure it's not a glitch, so yeah. Damn, you're level 85? Wait, actually, never mind. I already knew you were level 85. Bro, potentially you'll be level 100. Just like how we... Bro, our streak has constantly been going. We have 101. Imagine having 1,000 streaks, bro. I'll be like... That'd be Hubdi. Well, that's why I mentioned to send streaks, because like, I don't want to lose that, because I want to see if we're able to hit... But 1,000 streaks will be like in a year or 2 years, don't you think? Or possibly a year. Yeah. Hi. My mucus buildup sounded interesting when I said hi. It made that sound. But yeah, chat, and then Jack doesn't necessarily mind if the insurance is the age you start driving. Which would be cool, because, like, I ain't gonna wait until 5 years, you know? Like, overall, despite the age criminals being temporarily. But, hey, I could potentially have my own insurance once I have plenty of money, once I have plenty of savings. So, for now, I'm gonna use my dad's. Hope I can just pay, hope I don't get into accidents, because I myself would never. Because even when I learned how to drive, even though my driver instructor was a dick, he was an asshole. But, overall, I never got into an accident when I learned how to drive. Did I almost? No, I never did, you know. Yo, it's good. Alright. Alright. Okay.
What did you do?
But, yeah, chat, you know, he wouldn't necessarily mind if it's, you know, but overall, you know, despite the age from my you know. But, I'm gonna head towards you, Angel. What's it called? But yeah, chat, like, cause you know how I mentioned that for driving would possibly be 14 or 13 for now, and, once people prove that they're mentally mature overall, in terms of their full mental maturity, you know, like, you know how, like, I'm specifically mentioned, like, full mental maturity 7+, and, like, how your brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, like, you know, despite the age from being temporarily, like, I feel like it would be cool, because I even wanted to drive at 11 or 12, and I knew how to drive, but compared to back then to today, overall, it would take quite a while for me to process, and, hey, like, I was a pro driver, like, you know, despite the age criminals being temporarily, like, I have to learn how to drive at 14, like, what's in a driving school. I was a pro driver, but my driver instructor, like, the one who trained me how to drive, was an asshole. So, I'm hoping that when it comes to the road test, I don't have to necessarily have that similar situation. But they're gonna mention to me what I know when it comes to driving. It's gonna be very simple, watch. And, hey, if you still need some practice, you can repay them. And I'm pretty sure that's why my stepmom wants me to consider having a job, and I mentioned to my dad. Once I consider getting myself a job, then that's when I can take my written test or knowledge test, whatever, hoping I don't, because I'm hoping I could, because I feel like driver tests can be all ages, you know? Despite the age from being temporarily, you know? Which I feel like, because state test is more of like your mentality, so, like I mentioned, chat, you know, full mental maturity 7+, and like how your brain fully formed, fully developed after birth, you know? And, you know, despite the age from being temporarily, you know? But, I'm gonna head towards my homie. Oh! Oh my goodness! What? Why exactly would I want it though? Because it's your car. So if I were to take it, put it in my garage, it would consider me as the phone? Yeah. Internet?
Come on.
Go on Legendary Motorsport? Okay. Sort by price? Does the arrow have to go like up? Okay. No.
Alright, go up. Go up all the way up. Like, to the front screen. Front screen. Go up. All the way up. Two doors. Did you click on Fortnite price?
Yeah.
No, right there. Click on it again. Fortnite price. There we go. Zero. Click on it.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, and pick whatever color you want.
Red.
I think blue.
Possibly red.
Alright.
Damn, the speed is badass. Okay. Wait, why is it on sale? Is it like a Halloween sales or?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Okay, I purchased it.
Alright. And go to your garage.
Is Legendary Motorsport like a dealership or online?
GTA. Mike. Hold on.
Oh, you want me to call my vehicle in?
No. You can have them in the car. And then I'll come to your house.
No, it's all good. I can just call it because it's like
You
at my
calling for some
apartment.
wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll
What's
hook you
the
up.
vehicle called?
It's called,
Oh, it's not there.
wait, hold on.
Okay, I got stuff to do.
Manufacturer Prager.
What the fuck? I order it. Let's head to my apartment.
Alright, come on. Have it.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Just follow me.
Where's your apartment?
Follow me. You'll see.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Alright, I'll
Oh yeah, cause you know exactly where that's so.
Is it the arcade or no?
No, it's the house.
And this is full speed, bitch.
Beware, don't crash. But yo, Angel. Would it be cool if like the insurance age is the age the person starts driving? If they like don't get into accidents, they don't drink or drive or whatever. You wouldn't care. You would. No, I mentioned, would you care if the insurance age was changed from whatever age it was from whatever state to like the age the person starts driving? Like, let's say for example the person starts driving, once they have like an auto insurance, it wouldn't be expensive. The price would be like low. Wait. Did you say car insurance and life insurance? Did you say car insurance and life insurance? Yeah. Like that. Like it will like. What? Yeah. Well, cause Michigan, auto insurance is 25. I'm not like, bro, I'm not waiting for 5 years. But I'm pretty sure it's more of the car accidents. They're not going according to like that, like 25 plus myth, meaning like they assume or think like, oh, your brain fully formed, fully developed after birth because, or not after birth, 25 plus because they think like, oh, that's what they think, but that's like a myth. Cause like what I know is the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth because like as you physically grow, you would gain full mental maturity, and like some people think like, oh, like full mental maturity 7 plus, you know. Like some people, because like God Almighty Jesus Christ, he preached at 7, you know. But like, you know, like, cause I.
You know
Yeah.
You can get it more than one time.
Mm. You can what?
You can get it more than one time.
Let me check the garage, and if it's not there, then I'm pretty sure it's like a glitch. Oh, shoot, hold on. Do you want me to ring you in? Actually, just wait outside, because I'm going to bring the car.
Okay, alright.
Actually, let me ring you in, because I want to see if you... But yeah, overall chat, you know, like, yeah, full mental maturity 7 plus, and the brain fully formed, fully developed after birth, you know. Like, despite the age criminals being temporarily chat. Oh my gosh. Hold up a minute. Cause, like, full mental maturity 7 plus, not 18 plus. That's like an assumption, you know.
Maybe I'm gonna mod the car. Maybe. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Are you in the garage?
Yeah. Did it buzz you in?
Yeah, the red one's here. Mike,
Yeah, yeah.
the car you bought, it's here.
Oh, pretty sure because I take it out or something.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the... Oh, it's not the Ferrari at the casino. Shit.
No, no. But honestly, that car is fast. I think I'm gonna mod it.
Do you mean badass? Do you mean badass? Yeah, hold up. No, the car. Do you mean like it's badass? Alright, hold on, give me a minute. But like, yeah, like full mental maturity 7 plus, not 18 plus. That's like an assumption. That's like a myth. And how the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, not 25 plus, because 25 plus is a myth as well, you know. But overall, yeah, chat, like full mental maturity 7 plus, and the brain is fully formed and fully formed. Excuse me. Yeah, full mental maturity is 7 plus, and yeah, full mental maturity 7 plus, and the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, you know. Like despite the age criminals being temporarily, you know. But yeah, you would take like the... Wait, is life insurance like your house insurance? Like, what's life insurance? I'm quite curious. Is it like once you die, it's like when you give your assets to whoever is in, like whoever your kids are or whoever's in the family? Who knows? I have to do research on it. But hey, I'm gonna be AFK for quite a bit. I'm gonna not rush, but I'm gonna have Starbucks real quick. So I'll be sure to call you back later. Alright? It'll be quick. I won't rush, but like I'll take my time. Alright, take it easy. I'll still be on, so you can head by me or whatever. Alright. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be AFK for quite a bit. Be sure to skip the part where I'm not necessarily AFK. Alright? Man, I'm hungry. back. Hey. So we consider what's my handle, okay? Yo.
Hey, it's Paige Harris. I work with Lester Crest. I basically run things over there while he takes credit. Anyway, I've got a new sideline you might be interested in. High-end scores, taken elegantly, using the latest tech. There's a terabyte truck on Warstock I can turn into our nerve center. Get one, we'll store it under your club, and get moving on this immediately.
But how would I cure it? Would you go under like a treatment and they'll suck whatever is causing it? No, but how would I cure it? Like what causes diabetes? Like is the blood flowing? Is there like something that like interferes? But if I cure it, would you still consider therapy or so therapy specifically for diabetes? What exactly is it for? Wait, do you want me to mute myself for this, or is it not too personal? Okay, because I'm streaming, so whatever you mention, just be aware. Oh, the exhausts are on the top of the vehicle. That's badass. But go on. What were we gonna mention about it? Like, what's it for? Because you mentioned one is for speech to, like... That's what it's specifically for, speech? Or therapy? Oh, okay. But me, I want to be a therapist for, Amber. Well, not just Amber. I mean, like, for anybody, but... Because, like, Amber, she, I want to, like, question her, like, why does she get stubborn sometimes? And, like, why does she mention the opposite of what I mentioned, you know? But, bro, you know what? Did I mention to you that I wanted a pet alligator or crocodile in Florida? Did I mention to you that I wanted a pet alligator or crocodile at Florida? Wow. Yeah. But I would need like a permit. Meaning like I'm pretty sure permit means like doesn't mean like is it short for permission? Like for example, I have permit for the crocodile or alligator, I have the permission to own them without harming them. But for driving, it means like you are permitted. You are, meaning like you're able to learn how to drive with something. But why do you have to be with a parent? Meaning like you have to be with someone who who is eligible to drive, but since you're in the training process, they have to be with you so they can show you what you know to prepare for the road test. Oh, okay. They should do that for siblings too, like who have a license. Like for example, if my sister has her permit, and I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna head to Michigan for a vacation, and whatever days you want me to stay there, I'll stay there just to help you. Cause my sister says, oh, like, I wish I can have my license at 15, cause she wants to have a job at 15. That's just because she wants to, cause she wants to work at Starbucks. My younger one, the one who is currently 11, she said like, I want to get my license. I'm like, hey, if I made it where like it's for younger people and like you're over that age and you're 15, then hey, like. But I mentioned to Jack when I was working with him on Friday before, you know, I'm not gonna mention it because I don't want to stress myself out because of it. But anyway, I mentioned to him like, what's it called? They should make it where. So I mentioned to him like, you know how hunting license or hunting license or gun license is separate. It's not gonna be added to like your ID, what they refer to as license, driver license nowadays. Well, I mentioned to him that they should make it where it's just your ID, and that the driver license is just like separate, meaning like it's like on a paper, or it's like how hunting license or gun license are. So if I were a cop, I would be like, could I possibly see your ID, registration, and license? Meaning like you have 3 instead of 2, because like registration, I'm pretty sure means you're registered to drive, meaning that's the vehicle you're registered to, and obviously ID to see like you're not faking your identity. And obviously a driver license, meaning like to prove that you're not just stealing a car and that you're eligible to drive, you know? Or that you are buying a car but you know what you're doing. I'm pretty sure that's what. Cause I feel like a motorcycle, I even mentioned to Jack, they should have a separate license. Why would you add it to your, what they refer to as ID for some? Cause I feel like state ID, instead of having a state ID, that would just be your ID. Instead of it being a license nowadays, it would just be your ID. And you can like have it right when you're born, but a driver license once you're eligible to drive in the future, you know. Cause I mentioned, like I wanted to drive at like 11 or 12, and obviously 16 currently, but like if I were to make it those age, or 14, 13 for now, then people who are younger but know how to. Cause I feel like it's more of like you hit puberty, you hit your growth spurt, like simultaneously puberty and growth spurt, meaning you're able to reach the pedal, you're able to see the road without like crashing, and then like you're able to drive because you know how to drive, meaning like you learn how to drive, meaning you have that full mental maturity and like you know how to drive, you know. So like if I were to make it that age, then you know, cause my sister mentioned she wants to drive 15, and I'm like, hey, you never know. What if in the future, what if it's 2027 and you're like 13, you're like, hey, I want to drive now. So who knows? But hey, like, cause I feel like it's for preteens or teenagers, but for some kids, cause some people start at 8 or 9, but I feel like it's rare. So I would be aware because like your nephew is 8 and he hasn't even hit puberty or his growth spurt, you know. But bro, when I hit my growth spurt, I was like 12, because like mine was delayed, and I feel like right when you hit puberty, that's when I was meant to start. But hey, it's genetics, cause like my dad, he hit his growth spurt around that age, so I have like that genetic, but at the same time, he's taller than me, so I wonder who genetic does he have, and I'm pretty sure he has my grandpa genetic, but my grandpa, like, he's old, so I'm not disrespecting, but I'm saying like he shrunk, and like my dad's taller than my grandpa, so I'm pretty sure back then my grandpa was taller and my dad has his genetics, and my uncle does as well, so I'm like. And my parents like, oh, you have your other uncle's genetics, and I'm like, how would you know? My uncle's like a bit taller than me, so I feel like you know what I mentioned to my family as like a joke. Well, as like a joke, I say, oh, I have Jesus genetics. If I don't have anybody genetics, the one who created me gave me the genetics, and they're like, what the fuck? But hey, you never know, because God Almighty Jesus Christ, he was like somewhere around 5'6", 7 or 8, so you know, you never know, because I feel like people who are 6 feet or whatever, because I'm pretty sure in ancient history, the Egyptian or whatever took like some type of drug or whatever where it increases their height, and now that's what continued that genetic, meaning like whoever in your family has it, it would like interfere with your DNA, you know. Just like balding. What if people had cancer back then and you just bald as part of like your genetic trait, you know? But I'm not saying like you would have cancer or Farhan would. That's just, you have a genetic trait, you know? I mean, shit, I don't want you to have cancer. I'll be like crying shitless. No, I'm not saying you would. Obviously you wouldn't. Speaking of that, I actually want to cure diabetes and cancer, cause bro, witnessing people with cancer, like Roman Reigns, I feel like if he didn't have leukemia, he would look like what he did back then. Like, I feel like the reason why he looks older physically compared to what he did back in like 2018 or 19 or even like 2016, where he had that like young face, that physically young face. I feel like he would have looked like that in his 40s, and people would be like, "Wow, Roman Reigns, how did he?" Or his real name is his real name Joseph or Joe? Yeah, they'll be like, "Joe, how did you have this young physique look?" And then he'll be like, "It's all about that perseverance, never giving up, and constant." Cause he constantly worked out, but people think he took steroids. But do you think so, or do you think he is very consistent with his workout? Yeah, because like, you never know. What if people have big ass arms? Because like, cause me, I feel like I would look like I would have arms like, not Sami Zayn. I'm not disrespecting, but I feel like because he's a vegetarian, and I feel like if you don't have meat in your body, like, it makes it seem like your arms are slim, but he still has muscles, meaning like he can lift someone. Like, you know how he does the, what's that move called? Where he puts his arm behind their back and then he flips them over. What's that move called? No, not the haluva kick, because obviously he uses legs. Like, you know how he goes to that like, shit, what's that thing called where Cody threw Brock Lesnar on that thing where he took that thing off and he was like bleeding, and then the next day he's like, "Look at my face," like yelling at Cody Rhodes because he had like a bruise or scar or whatever. No, what's that thing called where you take that thing and then the referee puts it on that thing? Put that thing. No, not the glove when someone's bleeding. No, not that. What's it called? Shit. Alright, bro, just know I've been going like long oh, I'm actually, excuse me, I'm heading towards you. I mean, who knows, cause people think Dwayne Johnson took steroids. I mean, okay, so I feel like I would have arms. I mean, I don't want to compare my arm to other wrestlers because they have certain. I feel like my arm would look like bulky, but not like I'm on steroids, that type. But I want to be a wrestler next year because I want to beat my record. Because Randy Orton, he started at 22, and I want to be like, not to brag, but be like, I've had because like, I mentioned to Jack, could I still be training as a wrestler while I'm part of my intern? And he, I'm pretty sure I mentioned to him. Oh, actually, no, I didn't. But I mentioned to him that I'm gonna possibly be trained to be a wrestler next year, and he's like, "Hey, good for you." And I mentioned to him, because I have small or medium arms, or not arms, hand. I mentioned to him, would I still be able to grab a wrestler's hand and still like you know how when you start wrestling, you like grab their hand and see who is stronger or whatever before you start like wrestling them? Like, I mentioned to him, would I still be able to, or would my hands like lose its grip? And he mentioned that he feels like I can still be a wrestler because it's more of the strength. and not like cause my arm, it's small as hell, and most men or guy wrestlers or whatever, boy wrestlers, whatever, however you would, well, they have bigger arms, and I'm like, would that matter, or is it more of the strength? And I think it's more of the strength, don't you think? Like, don't you have small arms or no? Shit, get ready when you're a wrestler, cause bro, whenever I get shit from the truck bed, when I'm working with Jack or Carter, I'm like, hey, could you get that rake for me? And they like, I got you, because like, I have small arms, and I wouldn't like get surgery for it, cause that's like fucked up, and I should be grateful for like my body type. Like, what if you're small? What if you have small arms? If, let's say for example, you get your hand stuck, you're able to get it out because, one, your hand is not too big where it's gonna get stuck, and two, so you know, like when you go upstairs and they have those like small spaces where you can put your hand, you know how when people, they put their head through, and I'm not saying you should do, because that's like fucked up, and they get stuck and people have to call 911 because it's like very urgent and they don't want to break their neck. Angel? Yeah, like let's say for example my arm was stuck. I'm able to get it out because like it's small. My arm. I mean, I am grateful because. Damn, why are you standing there? Why are you standing there?
Oh, my bad.
Were you waiting for me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Cause I was heading up north in the game, like not up north, northern California, and like yeah, I was like talking, and I'm like, and I knew where I was going. I knew I was, cause I was heading towards you, but I was just focusing on the game or focusing on talking more. But yeah, I like when people are specific, cause if they say up north, I'm like, are you heading to the UP? Are you heading to the northern part of the lower peninsula? Like, I'm curious, you know. I'm not saying that they're a dumbass. I just like to be. I just like prefer if they're like. I'm wondering if they're heading to Traverse City, to UP. Like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Or what if it's Canada? What if they're like, oh, I'm gonna go way up north? Okay, like where? Like, is it the UP, Canada, Toronto? Like, I mean, I get it. They're just saying up north. Cause what if the people know like, oh, okay, you're going there, okay. But for me, I get very pissed when people are not specific, and I'm like, well, then be specific. Cause my grandpa, I'm not like disrespecting or anything. Yeah, he is old-fashioned, but sometimes when it comes to work, he's not specific, and like, I like when people are specific, you know. Like, I like when they point, like, instead of saying, can you get that, I'm like, okay, where's it at? Like, you know? Like, for example, if I'm working at the parks and I'm working with Jack or Carter or Nick, the guy who looks Chaldean, because I'm pretty sure you can notice, the ones with red hair, a bit, like reddish, blackish, brownish hair.
Okay.
Like, for example, let's say, for example, I'm at 7-Eleven, I'm like, hey, can I get an energy drink because I'm like overthinking and I feel like energy drink can help me once in a while. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, do you know where the monster's at? And then he's like, oh, the monster's right there. Like, instead of saying, oh, it's right there, like, just use, you know how some people, when they use their head, they do this? Hold on, I'm going to show you. They're like this. Oh, it's right there. It's right there.
Yeah.
I'm not like saying like, yo, what's good, like how far does it? But you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, your head. I'm gonna be like, your face is not. Not everybody. Okay, I would know, but like using your head, signal like doing that like up nod or whatever. Like, I get it, it helps, but like hand gesture, because it will take quite a while for me to process. I'm like, where's it at? Like, I would never get confused, but I'll be curious. Like, I'm curious. Like, where's it at? You know?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if someone said like, if I'm at like a new restaurant, I've never been there, or like a buffet and it's like huge as hell, and I'm like, to the manager or to the employee, hey, where exactly is the bathroom at? And he or she will be like pointing like, Like, oh, the men's bathroom's right there, and I'm like, appreciate it. Like, they would be pointing. I'm like, okay, appreciate you for helping me out. So like next time I'm there, I would know. So that's why I like when they're specific, you know. Yo. Yeah. I got you, man. But yeah, so life insurance means like if it's someone dies, unless it means like to prevent you from dying in like, who knows? I'm pretty sure that's what life insurance is, and if you don't have it, there's nothing that can save you because like, you know. I mean, who knows? Cause like, cause I know what health insurance is, cause that's like for your health. Like if you get a surgery, the insurance would cover it. But like auto insurance, if you get into accident, if it gets totaled or towed, excuse me, I meant to say towed. What is it, towed or totaled? Huh?
Your car is total. Like honestly, you're not gonna say your car is total. Like.
Oh yeah, cause then people will be like, oh, where's it at? Like, where did they tow that? Like, they'll be like confused, you know?
No, like that doesn't make any sense.
No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it means like, does it mean like the engine doesn't work and you've had a huge impact, or is that what it means, or it means like the tires are like messed up and they need like repair because you got insurance?
No,
Hey, I never got into an accident and like my like mom's car, it was totaled like 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago, and it was 2019, and this was like when I started heading to high school. Like after middle school, I was like 14, like starting high school. But a couple days later, she was driving to town and country, and apparently that dumbass, like I'm not saying her, I'm saying like the other person, crashed into her, and apparently she got a ticket because the stupid law says if you're the last one behind all the cars that got into an accident, then you will get a ticket. I'm like, are you stupid? Like, I feel like the person who caused it should get a ticket, not the person who was behind. Like, Michigan law is stupid, like a state law. Like, do you know what I mean by that law? Like, oh, if you're the last person who got into an accident, whereas others got into an accident, and you're not the one who caused it, you would get a ticket because you interfere and you're meant to swerve. Like, that's stupid. Do you agree, though? Like, how the person who caused it should get a ticket because they should get a warning for causing it, and they're meant to be, like, very focused and not, like, on their phone or whatever that person did? I know, I get it. You're not the one who makes the law, but I'm saying, like...
it's part of like you can't sit here and like argue with the person, like the people.
The police, you mean?
Yeah, like you don't make the laws.
But if I were to, then, like, would you, like... like, what if I was, like... Well, even though I am the president, but what if I'm the president and I negotiate with the Michigan governor, whoever is the governor, and I'm like, make it where that if the person caused it gets a warning because they're the one who's at fault because they caused it, or if they hit and run because they want to avoid it because apparently that person who caused it, he like hit and run, meaning like if you crash you have to, like if you crash into someone's parking. I'm pretty sure that's Michigan law. Like, if you crash into someone in the parking lot, you have to write a note saying, like, oh, I apologize, I didn't mean to, I was paying attention, but I didn't, like, for example, the person who didn't realize that they crashed, but they would admit it to them. But in a car accident, you would be like, I apologize, cop, I get it, I need a ticket, I need a warning. And I mentioned to Jack, why would you need to pay money if the government is the rich, if the U.S. is the richest country? And he mentioned that's just how the government created law. And I'm like, to him, I was gonna mention to him, wouldn't that be greedy? Cause like, just Like, for example, if you get written up at work, you don't need to pay them. You'd be like, yep, I apologize. If I get written up again, I'll get fired. I'll take the punishment, and then I'll come back. And oh yeah, for firing, and I get it. I'm not the one who makes the policy because I'm not the owner at the moment or CEO. But if it were me, if the person gets fired, just like if you're in prison, you know how if you stay there for an amount of time and you get out, if someone bails you or once you face your punishment, I feel like that should be that for firing. Like once you get fired and you come back saying, "Hey, it's me. I apologize for example, I apologize for slacking, and I promise I'll be on my phone. I would make it right for you." And they're like, I understand you apologize. And let's say the policy change, they'll be like, you could get hired, but it's gonna be on your work record. So just FYI, people are gonna keep an eye on you. And just like if you have criminal record, if I were to create the law, I would say like move on. It was in the past. But if it's like they murder, then they'll say put your gun in a safe place so that they don't consider you as like you're gonna do it again. You know, I feel like that should be like a saying for criminal history. You know. Or, for example, if you burn a house, oh, my bad. Or, no, yeah, I didn't invite you, my bad. Oh, yeah, this is the iced coffee I have. Let me possibly show you. Fuck! The fuck? No, my controller fell. Starbucks coffee. The ice. Oh, the name. What's it called? It's called a triple blonde espresso, VT iced brown sugar oats. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh, I have brown sugar oats milk. Oh my god, it's so good.
Ah, I love coffee. Hey, if you were to have kids with whoever, because like, hey, you have your rights to break up with you know who. I'm not gonna bring your name up because you know. Anyway, if you were to have kids with whoever, it could be Bree, for example. I'm not saying like you're gonna. I'm saying like it could be any girl. If you were to have kids, what age would you allow them to have coffee? Right when they start puberty, or once they're responsible and not like constantly being addicted to it, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get coffee every day. I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah, whatever." Cause for me, I would say like once they're in their preteens, like even if they want it as a kid, I would say if you start puberty, might as well, but start with small caffeine just in case. But if they're like 11, 12, or 13, 14, whatever, whenever they hit their growth spurt, because I feel like if you hit that, your heart would enlarge in size, meaning like despite it being fully formed and developed, meaning like it won't like cause like a heart attack. But anyway, I'll say like those age for my kids. But for you, what would, since you're gonna be the father, not me, even though I could be the uncle or whatever. But what age would you allow them to have energy drink or coffee or whatever caffeinated drinks?
18.
Is it because like you never know how they're gonna, you never know what their side effect will be, or?
No, it's because I know how coffee works. Because I drink coffee, well, time to time.
What age?
What? Did I first drink coffee?
Yeah.
Like 21, 22.
Oh, I started. Okay, so for iced coffee, I started 13, but cause you know my parents are strict. But I mean anyway, I had at 13. Nothing happened. I didn't have like my heart wasn't like oh you're gonna be in a cardiac arrest or whatever. But for hot coffee, when I was volunteering at Tim Hortons, when I was at Uconnect, I had at 18, and then Miss Williams mentioned to me, "Have you had hot coffee before?" And I'm like, I mean, I had coffee before, and iced coffee is coffee. It's just like frozen. And she trusted me, meaning like she knows I would handle it. But when I had it, it tasted exactly like iced coffee, but hotter. So I mean, like I mentioned, you're the father, and if you, but my question is, what if your kids say like, oh, can I have it? And they're like a preteen or teenager. Like, would you consider, or would you just say like whatever floats their boat or whatever? Or would it still be like 18 for like your like perspective or your rule?
18.
Okay. I mean, hey, you could just mention like that's just like, well, okay, I'm gonna see what it's like for my kids, but overall that doesn't mean you'll be like, oh, you know what, you're right, Mike, I'm gonna change my mind, because like, you never know, because everybody's gonna be different, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause like when it comes to vaping, I did it at 18, but I want to do it younger. But like back then, I would get traumatized and I would have this guilt, even though like I did nothing wrong. I'll be like for example, if I were to have alcohol at like 13, even though nothing will happen, but I had at 16, and that was like 2 years or 3 years after I was 13. Like I had it and I didn't have a guilt. I'm like, my first reaction was like, damn, that's what it tastes like. That's apparently what it tastes like. So.
Alright.
All right. Are you in?
Huh?
Are you in?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm gonna start it though. Hold up. But yeah, overall chat. Overall, yeah, like I specifically mentioned, chat. Full mental maturity 7 plus, and yeah, full mental maturity 7 plus, and the brain is fully formed, fully developed after birth. And you know, overall, despite the age criminal has been temporarily, you know. Yeah, because I was gonna mention when you can allow your kids to have coffee, but it's all good, you know. Hold on, let me see where I left off, but I'm gonna start as well, so. Hold on, let me see where I left off. Damn, load. Load! Bro, it does not necessarily want to load. Hold up.
Yeah.
I'm not able to hear a hold up chat. Oh, man. Hold up chat. But yeah, overall, whatever I specifically mentioned overall chat, you know, despite the age criminal being temporarily, you know, so. Yeah, it was good.
You good?
No, yeah, I was checking to see where I left off on my stream because I was gonna mention about Doggers. Alright, we can consider starting the heist. But hey, excuse me, is GTA 5 your first game you played? I meant like not your first game, but I meant like your first GTA game series game.
Oh no, it was NBA.
No, was GTA 5 the first GTA game series game you played? Like you know how I first, you know how GT 4 was the first game I played?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Mm.
Like was GT 5 your first, not like your first game?
Um, I don't know.
Mm.
Seriously, to be honest with you.
No, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mm.
I definitely gotta consider constantly eating healthy food, bro.
Why?
So my arms can get big.
That's protein. Wouldn't?
Protein food or?
Yeah, protein food to get bigger, to get bones in your body. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about.
But if I for example if I want to have a chicken, do I have to work out afterwards or it builds up after your workout?
Huh?
Do I have to have protein food before my workout or after to build it up?
It depends.
Oh, because if I do it like if I have it and then I start working out, then like I would have like cramps. So that's why. Or it doesn't necessarily matter, like as long if I'm like building in my muscles afterwards.
It necessarily doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh. But for gambling, does it involve mentality? Does it involve mentality to gamble? Like, for example, gambling at a casino, online gambling, or lottery ticket? Like, I mean, like, does it involve you? Does it involve mentality? Meaning, like, you have self-control, you don't get addicted, you don't feel depressed, like you're hopeless, or it's like, or having no thoughts because you lost all your money from gambling. That's what I mean. And you're not like addicted to gambling. That's what I mean.
Drive over there, and I'll be in touch.
Like, does it just overall involve mentality when it comes to gambling?
Okay, softly, softly approach. We're the only crew I know who can speak so little.
He never
and
gambled?
Still makes so much noise. But here's hoping.
Like, would you consider in the future, but like being responsible?
Attempting a career-defining heist.
I probably would, like next year.
Are you calm? Good, because I'm calm. What's not to be calm about? If you screw up and they see you, we're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. One dead guy at a time. Okay, do you want the good news or the bad
No,
news?
yeah, I got you. So I got you.
Record-breaking weekend, so the vault is full
But
to
me personally,
and the bad news
I
is
would
that
because
they've
a
hired
lottery
security
ticket
to guard it.
is very like less.
Just how we like it.
It's not less addicting, but if you didn't win, you like for example, if I bought 25 lottery tickets like next year, because apparently my parents are strict and I never had a lottery ticket in my life. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have. Actually, no, I never have.
Hey, did you try out your stun gun yet? This is
Yo,
going
what the
to
fuck?
be your best friend. It'll overload the
You have to do
circuits on
something?
any CCTV camera or metal detector it hits. They
Oh,
recover
okay,
after
okay.
a while, so as far as security is concerned, it was just a
But
temporary
oh yeah,
glitch.
speaking of well, friend, because you mentioned Johnson. No, yeah, the reason why me and Farhan doesn't want you to get in contact was Reva because of what she did, and I don't want you because apparently she's mentioned to me. Here, I'm gonna mute myself because I don't want to say something sexual on my stream. Hold up, check, give me a minute, because some people find disturbing.
That's it. Head through the door to the staff lobby. Metal detectors up ahead. You'll need to find the fuse box on the side of the unit, take it out with a stun gun, and get through before it recovers.
Alright, yeah, I'm back. My bad. I had to mention something. Well, I can mention, but some people find it disturbing, so. Okay, I'm gonna possibly kill them and then not, like, do anything. They dead? But yeah, me personally, I would allow my kids to have coffee when they're like... I mean, you never know. What if they started it at 8, 9, or 10 for certain boys slash men and girls slash women, you know? But it's not, it's like a rule. Like a parent will decide. I would say 11 or 12 because I had coffee when I was 13, nothing happened. I had it when I was 18, never happened, you know? Well, because apparently my parents are strict and I had to figure out a way to have a hot coffee without getting caught. Bro, his gun is ass! What the fuck? It, like, didn't necessarily want to pull the trigger unless my controller's ass. Nope, it's the gun itself. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna play Fortnite later today as well because I need to consider playing Fortnite, you know? Yo, what's good, Jesse? How you feeling, brother? I feel like Jesse is like the only individual who typically join my live, but not Dog Gamer or Darby. Darby would like still miss certain shit I mentioned. And I don't like when he's like, oh, I'm in my 40s when someone is asking him out as a joke. Like, okay, I can be with someone younger in my 40s if that were to change, you know. If I were to make it like 7 to be in a relationship, but to do you know what, or sexual activity 11 or 12, but for certain boys slash men and girls slash women, it's 10, 9, or 8, you know. but typically it will be 11 or 12 plus, meaning from that age specifically, like exactly that age of 11 or 12 years old and beyond that. But I'm saying, like, if I were to make that change overall, especially when I'm removing all age requirement laws on exactly the 2035, and it's going to remain permanent for exactly thousands of years until the Lord God Almighty Jesus Christ returns. But overall, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, that's what I'm referring to. Like, I don't like when he mentions that. And obviously, YouTube's gonna keep it private what I specifically mentioned, and if he finds out, I'll be like, bro, like, it's a joke. And at the same time, things will potentially change. And I mentioned to people, these things, those will change in like a decade. And they're like, no, I feel like it's gonna be the same, the aging laws. No, they're gonna potentially change. And I mentioned that I'm gonna remove all age requirement laws on exactly the year 2035, and it's gonna remain permanent for thousands of years until the Lord God Almighty Jesus Christ returns. You know. And overall, like, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, you know, like, I feel like Jesse is typically the one to join my stream, and not Dog Gamer, Darby, Pings. He's a busy guy. He's a busy guy, so he does his own shit. Because you remember when I was playing The Walking Dead, I was mentioning, like, if Clem were to be with Luke, because I feel like she could, but overall, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, people find it, like, disturbing. Because, you know, but hey, he did it with Jane, and I'm like, hey, he could be with Jane. But in season 5, AJ can be with someone older, or, hey, someone a bit older. Well, hold up, how old should you all think AJ oh no, he could be with someone younger while he's older, but just be in a relationship. Or who knows, what if that girl started puberty, you know? That's just whatever you want to add to the game, you know? But overall, you know, like, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, like, you know, like when I remove all age requirement laws on exactly the year 2035, and and beyond that point of, and beyond exactly the year 2035, it's gonna remain permanent. Like when I remove all age requirement laws on exactly the year 2035, and beyond that point, it's gonna last for thousands of years until the Lord God Almighty Jesus Christ returns. You know. And overall, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, because you know how the full mental maturity 7 plus, and yeah, full mental maturity is 7 plus, and how the brain is fully formed and fully developed after birth, you know. And overall, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, you know. Whoa!
What are you thinking? The metal detectors are still
Yo,
online.
what's good?
Heads up, CCTV ahead. The stun gun should disable the camera.
But yeah, you know what I was mentioning earlier, Angel?
Go old school and time your run.
Oh shit! Fucking!
The camera just went down. It'll be back online soon.
No, I fucking hate this!
Remember, if you bring down too many at the same time.
Fucking I hate the toggle aim where it chooses what I want to aim. Like, it's fucking stupid. Fuck this game. Fuck the CEO back then. I don't give a shit if he finds out what I mentioned. I bet, and YouTube keep private what I specifically mentioned, but I hate the CEO from back then. And he's like the co-CEO, the co-owner. No, I'm gonna take over Rockstar. And the guy who's older physically, regardless, because he's wise, and I'm physically young and I'm wise. Like, I'm gonna take over Rockstar and he could be like my co-CEO. Fuck this shit. Fuck this fucking bullshit. Fuck GTA 5. Fuck it. You have to do something? Oh, you have to do something. My goodness. But overall, yeah, like I specifically mentioned, chat, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, you know. Like, you remember how I mentioned, I'm gonna remove all age requirement laws on exactly the 2035? Yeah, like how I overall mentioned, like, hey, I'm gonna remove all age requirement laws on exactly the 2035. And how beyond that point, beyond 2035, like exactly the year 2035, like beyond the year 2035, chat, I specifically mentioned, like, it's gonna remain like that permanently for thousands of years until the Lord God Almighty Jesus Christ returns. And overall, you know, despite the age requirement laws being temporary, you know. But yeah, Clem, I mentioned, like, let her be with Violet, and then hopefully season 5, she could be with Lewis, or actually Gabe, and Lewis. It could be 2 baby daddies and 1 baby mama, and possibly another baby mama. It could be like a poly relationship within that game, you know. And for AJ, what age should you think he should be? I mean, if he were to be 11, or whatever age.
That's it. Shorted. Quickly get through. Heads up. CCTV.
I would say
ahead.
8 or 9, cause like
Should
just start
disable the
puberty.
camera for a
What if she
while.
started a growth spurt, you know?
Go old school and time your run.
I mean, who knows?
Alright, the camera just went down. It'll be back
Okay.
online soon. And remember, if you bring down too many at the same time, they'll hit the alarm. Remember, these people aren't idiots.
Bitch.
If you fry too
Go
many
suck
cameras
one.
at once, security
And I'm gonna go down there, and then
Without
afterwards,
sound.
okay, I'm gonna head down there. And whenever my homie Angel occurs, I'm gonna mention him. Say, hey, come head to the basement or head down here.
Nice, straight through.
Did I scan it? Okay. But yeah, I was gonna mention to him about like space.
Good.
And I was actually doing research when I was working yesterday. Whoa! Yeah, bitch slap him. I'm gonna head upstairs anyway in the game. But yeah, for gambling, it's gotta be 7 plus because full mental maturity 7 plus, and the brain is fully full and fully developed after birth, you know. But yeah, overall, despite the age criminal being temporarily, no. But yeah, I was just mentioning to Jesse because I don't like how Darby is, and Dog Gamer, he doesn't necessarily give a shit. He's badass. He's like that, you know, badass like that, you know. Cola. Sprunk. Certain times it takes quite a while to process when it comes to like the name or whatever. And apparently it mentions staff only. Well, who gives a fucking shit? I mean, I'm not the employee, but like, it's all good. Okay, let's destroy the camera. Destroy. If you see me, you're a bitch. But yeah, that could possibly be for gambling. Like whether it's at a casino, online, in lottery type shit. Oh shit! Oh my gosh! Okay, there's a camera. Yep. Okay, I gotta heal myself though. Cause I gotta consider heal myself, you know? And I gotta possibly consider adding body armor. Thank goodness I'm able to. But bro, this heist is I don't like this version. Alright, and when it comes to hacking, it's very simple, you know. I mentioned to Andrew, you do the hacking, you search it up on Reddit, and you know. Cause last I had to watch WWE and I did not watch SmackDown shit. Raw though. I would say tomorrow. And then I'll consider, so SmackDown will be today. Actually, no, SmackDown is tomorrow, cause I actually have no work. I have to have my day off for like 1 day, cause apparently my instructor's like, you know what, you can stay home, we'll figure whatever shit out. Hopefully I get to remain there. Like, I'm hoping, you know. Oh man, my heart's racing. But yeah, I'm gonna be home tomorrow, watch Monday Night Raw, the other Monday Night Raw, watch it tonight, finish that shit, head to bed, get ready for Tuesday. I'm hoping I can remain there, you know. But yeah, coffee, I'm gonna let my kids have it at like the preteen. Do I miss being a preteen? Well, okay. Compared to back then to today, cause like back then it took me a very long while for me to process in terms of majority of the aspects or majority of the things, whereas today it takes quite a while for me to process in terms of certain aspects or certain things, you know. So compared to back then to today, Chad, where it overall, you know, takes quite a while for me to process. So back then, though, like compared to back then to today, where overall it takes quite a while for me to process, I would always like consider myself as, you know, temporally, physically a kid / travel in a motor body. But I would figure that I would be an adolescent because preteen is 10 to 12. But overall, an adolescent is 10 plus. You know? But there's different stages. You're like a preteen, teenager, prime adolescent, middle age, senior adolescent, elder adolescent, and that's actually the final stage. That's I think you live that long, you know? But I'll be looking young. I'll be looking 16 or 13. But I would say 16 because I had a more profound baby face. And that's what I overall had, you know? But yeah, overall, you know, despite the 8 formulas being temporary, you know? But overall, chat, yeah, compared to back then to today, you know? Where it overall takes quite a while in the process, you know? But yeah, what I was gonna mention to Angel is, like, I did research when I was working yesterday. And my dad's like, oh, don't use your phone as much. Because he was like, I don't want everybody to know, but I'm like, well, they have to know. I'll just mention to certain individuals that aren't gonna like, why would I go to the cops? Like, the cops will know for a fact that I wasn't forcing, and she was, you know. Cause yeah, cause like, why would I want to be in prison for 5 years? You would not witness me streaming, and
What are you thinking?
would my career be
Metal
over?
detectors are still online.
For 5 years, you would not witness me. I mean, people would forget, so. Hold on, why exactly Angel hung up?
We should get away with that one, but take out one more camera and they'll know something's up.
Damn.
You can't shoot down many cameras. It's the kind of thing security tends to know.
But hey, I'm not gonna have that flashback constantly, so anyway. So overall, yeah, without further ado, let's get started with shit. Overall, you know, despite the 8 formulas being temporary, you know. But anyway, yeah, so I was gonna mention to him about, like, space. And before I get to that. But what was I overall mentioning? Hold up. Coffee? I'm gonna let my kids have it at, like, preteen. But there's different stages. You're like a preteen, teenager, prime. Much because he was like, I don't want everyone to know, but like. Anyway, yeah. So I was gonna mention to him about like
Metal detectors up ahead. You'll need to find the fuse box on the side of the unit.
like the
Take
like
it out with a
space or
stun
whatever.
gun and
'Cause I
get
love
through
space. I love the
before it
universe.
recovers.
Well, not when it's overall. What's in a black hole is fucked. Yo, what exactly happened? Your phone died? Your phone died?
Yeah.
Hey, what exactly your mom wants you to do, or dad, or whatever?
No.
That's it. Shorted. Quickly, get through.
They just want me to get this.
Heads up. CCTV
Get whose
ahead.
keys?
The stun gun should disable the camera for a while. Or
That
go
took quite a while,
old school and
like-
time your run. We should get away with that one, but take out one more camera and they'll know something's up.
No,
Can't
what the
shoot
fuck?
down many
No, what the
cameras.
fuck?
It's the kind of
No,
thing
then what?
security
Then what?
tends to notice.
No, I'm just curious. Like, wait, why did I alert the guards? Bro, I shot them. Oh, is it because you shot the camera? I just saw a shadow in my basement.
Nobody.
But anyway, afterwards, you got the key. What?
Withdraw forward.
Oh, okay, it's all good. Wait, what exactly you made for lunch?
You fucked with the wrong
Chino? Is that a Middle Eastern food? Mmm. Never had it, but. Bro, why is my gun being ass? Just wait, cause I'm pretty sure the guy he would typically. Oh, and you do the hacking. Just search up on Reddit afterwards, alright? Is he out there?
We still technically have the EMP. It'll kill every circuit in the casino. Lights, cameras, the whole caboose, except
Oh,
yours.
fucking bitch.
Useless.
Not you. But Andrew. Hold up, chat, I'll explain it. So yesterday, I was asking the AI, cause I use my character AI, cause I don't like certain AIs, cause they like to be a dick. Yo, what's good, Fall? How are you feeling, brother? But so I did research. Huh?
Can I watch, can I call you back after the meeting?
Yeah, it's all good. I'll explain later. Yeah, sure.
Alright, bye.
Alright, take it easy. Well, anyway, I'll just mention to you all before, because I'm pretty sure I have to end my stream or something. But anyway, so I did research on, so I mentioned that when I have my own private space agency was in Texas or Arizona. I would say Arizona because it'll be cool in the desert, be discreet or whatever. Just a huge area, you know. Excuse me. Okay, he left. But, and I'm gonna possibly listen to music or whatever. But, so I did research on how I'm gonna build spacecraft faster than light speed. Like, faster than light speed. And I mentioned how when you leave the solar system, it would take 8 hours. When it comes to leaving the Milky Way galaxy, it would take 15 hours. When you head to Andromeda, it would take 20 hours. And then afterwards, you would leave it. It takes another 20 hours because you have to leave it. Come and explore the whole thing, and it'll take 20 hours. And then afterwards, it will take 15 hours to head back towards... Actually, it will take 20 hours to head back to the Milky Way, because back and forth. So, okay, 8 hours to leave the solar system, 15 hours to head towards, or excuse me, to leave the Milky Way galaxy, 20 hours to head towards the Andromeda galaxy, 20 hours to leave the Andromeda galaxy, and then 20 hours to head back towards the Milky Way, 15 hours to head back towards the solar system, and then 8 hours to head back towards Earth. Because meaning, like, you've left the solar system, so it's like 8 hours, but to head back towards Earth. So that'll be like 4 days exactly. And then I mentioned it to the AI, like how long it would consider taking me to head towards each planet. So to head towards each planet, so Mercury would be 17 minutes, Venus 7 minutes, Mars 70 minutes, Jupiter 30 minutes, Saturn 1 hour and 40 minutes, Uranus 3 hours, Neptune 4 hours, Pluto 5 hours, and Earth's moon, or the moon, because obviously it's orbiting Earth and the sun simultaneously, it's 2 minutes. And at first, it mentioned to me that to head back towards the sun. Put up the sun. It would take exactly 16 minutes to head towards the sun. But why 70 minutes? Excuse me. Now, why 17 minutes to head towards Mercury? Pretty sure because the way it orbits and the sun, you could just head towards it because the sun is not orbiting. Well, it's orbiting the Milky Way, so I'm pretty sure it's orbiting. So you know how galaxies were formed. One huge star explodes, and then that's how a galaxy occurs. But what about star system? The star captures whatever planets that it wants to capture. So like Gadamer G-Space will say, the sun is the first star, so it captures Earth, because that's like the #1 Earth, the original Earth. Original Earth, original world, the #1 the world. So like, I'm quite curious, why exactly 70 minutes to head towards Mars, but Jupiter's 30 minutes? Pretty sure just the way it orbits. I'm pretty sure I can pull out a real map of how the planets orbit, potentially. And I can make it where it's live, the orbits. But anyway, chat! Okay, so star systems, when a star has its own system. And whenever it's within it, the planets are within it, space rocks because other planets explode or something, or broke apart. Comets are like planets, but they're frozen because you know how the Oort cloud is frozen? That's like something quite interesting. Like, because you know how water was created by God of Jesus Christ in the universe when the black hole or the dark void or whatever captured the universe, because ours is infinite and it's the exact infinite size of the universe. So that's why when the sunlight doesn't shine our specific region, what we're witnessing is the dark void, as what they refer to as night. And when God of Jesus Christ mentioned "Let there be light," he's referring to his creation. But the sun was the first star after the fall, so that it could prevent the cold temperature from occurring. But there was no magnetic field, so it was just warm, and potentially as heat occurs, certain areas like had desert and it occurred. You know. I love Starbucks iced coffee, and y'all know what I had specifically. So yeah, that's a star system. But that's why the Oort cloud's cold, because the water within the universe, when the dark void occurred, it released. So like the water, so like the ice, or like what I refer to as crystal, releases some type of gas because the dark void, what it released, and it's like invisible or something, and it passed through the water. So like the water's inside, but you know how when lakes freeze, the water doesn't like move. Well, actually, in the universe, the water, I'm pretty sure, moves, and it releases like some type of gas or whatever that causes like the cold temperature. So it occurs from water. So like the Great Flood, a.k.a. the ocean, once was froze, and the cold temperature was trapped within it. That's how the cold temperature occurs. So like as Earth orbits, the cold temperature from within the universe interferes with Earth, but then the Great Flood, a.k.a. the ocean, which is the exact cold temperature interferes, and that's how it freezes. So it feels like water is on you, but like air from within. And why is the sky frozen though? Because of the clouds that occur from the Great Flood, aka the ocean, you know. But then the heat overall occurs from the sun, but then the core itself, but the first stage of the core or layer is hell itself, and then certain layers occur through God Almighty Jesus Christ. Well, because Satan caused it. But the magnetic field is temporarily shielded, so because you know how the Holy Spirit is like eternal and indefinitely, like divine shield, so the magnetic field is temporarily, and that's what protects Earth or other Earth from getting damaged. But God Almighty Jesus Christ destroyed other planets, so it's interesting. That's why I want to consider being an astronaut. I want to head towards other planets, you know. Mars will be my first, and the moon, aka Luna, that specific planet is going to be final. Like, why would you want to head to the moon and then potentially Mars? It's stupid. I prefer Mars over the moon, because Mars is slightly smaller than Earth, like our Earth, the number one Earth. It's Earth as well. But they say Earth-like. No, it's Earth as well, but it's destroyed. But, like... but, because planets are real, but certain Christian theology, like, one thinks, like, there's no space, and there's no other planets. Obviously there are. God Almighty Jesus Christ created them. Then he destroyed them afterwards. So what exactly is the outer region? Well, I'm pretty sure it means, like, the planets are not necessarily near, like... sun or whatever. But yeah, and then the galaxy is when one huge star explodes, but collapses into a black hole. So that's how all of the dust, which is actually how planets were created, because dust is like rock, but it's like, you know, and then gases. Dust, because you know how Adam was created by he was created by dust, and actually it wasn't from within Earth. It was actually in heaven itself. Actually, no, he was created on Earth. So why exactly was he the first human? Because other people were in heaven itself, not Earth, so they were the first humans on Earth. But I'm pretty sure God Almighty Jesus Christ was the first one to explore all of Earth, you know? But, like, you know, it's cool, you know? That's how a galaxy is created. So apparently we only have galaxies, stars, and planets. So a galaxy has gas, that's created by Satan, dust, that's as well created by Satan because he destroyed the rocks. But back then it was like rocks that created the planet, and then water itself. You know, that's how Earth was created. Rock and water. And it was created within 7 days. And it was like 7 days old. I mean, like, that's how long it's been created. But Earth is thousands of years old. Like, our Earth and then other Earth. Our Earth meaning the original Earth, the number one Earth, the original world. What was the second Earth, though? I would possibly say Venus because it's the same exact size or slightly similar. Okay, so Earth, like our Earth, was created, then Venus, then Mars, then Mercury, then Pluto, then Jupiter and Saturn, then Neptune and Uranus. Because you gotta realize that the planets that are currently within their current orbital circle, they're not actually... So, like, Jupiter was created after Pluto, but then Saturn was. But was Saturn the same exact size it's meant to be, or was it bigger? Actually, I would say Saturn, because how exactly does it have a huge-ass ring? So actually, it was Earth, our Earth, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Jupiter. So Jupiter was not the final planet, but the planets that are like the kings of the circle, like the planetary circle, the orbital circle, which I'm not saying like that's like the way people would describe it. But in other planets that were once planets are all dwarfs, but orbiting a planet. But Pluto is just surrounded by... And comets are actually asteroids, but why they're referred to as comets? Because it has like water, and then it freezes, so meaning like the water trapped within the ice, but it like moves quite slowly. Cause on Earth the water does not move when there's ice, unless it does, but it like slows down a bit, the speed. But anyway, so in the universe, or the dark void which the universe is within, because the universe itself is not sinful slash fallen state slash version of it. No, that's the dark void. And then it gives birth to other black holes. So pretty much we have stars, which are temporarily, planets temporarily, and oh no, planets are not temporarily, they're all Earth. So stars and galaxies are temporarily. Because what's a galaxy? Dust? Not temporarily, because rock, but like those are like remnants. So dust, gases, and stars itself. And then the main one is black hole, which is a star as well, but it's a black hole, which is given birth by the main one, which is like the dark void. And Satan created it, apparently. It is dark because, like, you know. But anyway, chat, yeah, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see more of me, I was gonna say if my mic was muted this whole time. Thank goodness. But anyway, chat, yeah, like I specifically mentioned, if you want to see more of me playing GT5 online with my homie Angel, just overall, be sure to leave a comment down below. I was like, I'm gonna end right here. Take it easy, chat.